Hi everyone, welcome to the next part of the ultimate guide to NEET PG Counselling 2025. We'll be looking at the process and sequence of counselings. We already looked at multiple things, including the possibilities, decisions, how you take decisions on getting into which counselling you need to look at, and we also looked at the certificates and documents required. We also know what each quota is, what each seat is, where each seat comes under, and different counselings that I might be eligible for, etc. Now we look at the process and sequence of counselings. Before that, a quick thing, all we need to decide is which counselings to attend based on the possibilities and the affordability part, whether it is affordable for me. And after I decide on which counselings to attend, I will go ahead and register for the counselings, fill choices. So two major things: attending the counselings, which counselings to attend, depending upon the possibilities. I'll have a look at all the possibilities across India and decide these are the counselings that I wish to attend. Second thing, I will decide on the choices that I need to fill for the counselings, and before the part of process of getting into that counselling is through a registration, for which I'll need certificates and documents, and for joining for which I'll need original certificates and documents. So these are the three major things that you need to do. Now we'll look at the process and sequence of counselings. First thing that we'll start with is in terms of the counselling authority. The counselling authority is basically, what we need to understand is that counselling authority is a website. A website basically is what the counselling authorities channel to communicate with us into the notifications, the documents, the uploads, etc., updates, etc. of the counselling process. Now this website is where what usually maybe one website or multiple website, one for all the notifications and one for registration and choice filling. So these details will also be available in ZyNerd, or will be shared in the Telegram groups, etc. So you can go ahead with that part. And second is, if you're looking at All India Counselling, please follow mcc.nic.in. That is one website, a single website where you will follow All India Counselling. Second, we have the state counselings, where the authorities will depend upon the state. Usually the state defines an authority, the government defines an authority, which is the authority which will conduct the counselling. It might be the Directorate of Medical Education. For example, Tamil Nadu has the DME, which conducts it under the under a body called TN Selection Committee. It might be the examinations authority, some authority which conducts the examinations for the entire process, for entire +2 students, or for UG or PG, etc. There is an examination authority, Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra. Through the CET cell, the DMER conducts it. And universities, in some states the universities conducted, the medical universities, Haryana, Andhra, Telangana, Rajasthan, Punjab, you have BFUHS conducting this, and HP now, Atal Medical University conducts this. So all these states, the university conducts the counselling process. Special authorities like Gujarat has a special authority which is created for conducting this particular counselling alone. A board will be created, members will be there. AFMS allotment is through MCC, but institutes finally evaluate and admit the candidates. Sometimes the institutes itself conduct it. Like if you want to get into Sikkim Manipal, other than the general HRDD seats, general and management seats, the open seats are available under the counselling is run by Sikkim Manipal itself. NEGRIMS, the institute itself is an independent institute which conducts the counselling. So, but ultimately, all that matters is, it does not matter which authority conducts it. You have a website where all notifications will be there, and all the information on registration, choice filling, allotment orders, everything will be available. So these websites are what matters. This is not much of a difference. It might be called MCC, NCC, ACC, doesn't matter. But you know the website, that is sufficient. All counselings have to be online as per Supreme Court order. This is a very important thing. If your state, there are one or two states which will still might give some seats in the last rounds to institutes and ask them to allot. Some states which might still conduct offline counselings. Goa used to conduct it. Now they have moved on to hybrid mode. Some states which might conduct counselling on offline mode. Offline mode, according to the Supreme Court, at least in the later stages of the counselling, deemed universities used to allot seats on their own without looking at merit. So they have made it online as per Supreme Court order of December 2021. Every counselling has to be conducted online. Yes, there is an issue of possible allotment and candidates not joining, but this has stopped almost all offline allotments. So basically, every counselling has to be through MCC or state authority or designated authority. Only they can conduct the counselling. Institute cannot admit anyone. If no institute can allot any candidate directly, one counselling authority has to allot a seat, and only that particular candidate can go and join in the counseling. That will be done online, and every counseling authority will also put up this allotment online. So that is what this direction is, which means there are very, very minimal ways to move out of, get an admission outside this entire proper ethical process. If somebody promises you that they will get you a seat by directly talking to the institute, they are fooling you. Very clearly, no institute can get any allotment done. Or they might use multiple methods to do it, but even then nobody can assure you of a seat, because if somebody above your rank gets allotted, only they can be admitted in the institute. The online counseling process ensures that all the allotments are transparent. You might come up with one or two rare scenarios where everybody has cheated the system but they've forced, but the extent to it, what it used to happen earlier, right now is almost very, very minimal. And if please don't fall for any agent saying that we will be able to get you this seat. What usually happens is, if somebody promises you, let us say, a MS general surgery seat in a deemed university for a high rank, your rank is very high, but still I will get you the seat. All they will do is go to this website mcc.nic, fill the choices for you, and then they will get you the seat. That you can do yourself. Don't pay an amount for this purpose alone. You want inputs on choices, you want inputs on other stuff, then you can pay. But just because somebody promises you to get a seat, please don't fall for it. There is no need. Every allotment happens online. Deemed seats would be allotted through MCC, except for a small set of seats in Karnataka through Karnataka State Counselling. No other direct allotment. Private institutes would be allotted through the State Counselling Authority only. No other allotment can be done. The final list of allotments can be sent to need to be sent to NMC. Right now, even in MBBS, there are a few wrong allotments which have been noted, and NMC will remove those candidates from MBBS. So please don't take a chance and pay out a hefty amount. And you can attend as many counselings as you want. Basically, as many counselings as you want, which you are eligible for. If you are eligible for a particular counselling, usually one for government quota and others for private seats. 14 open states are there. You wish to attend all 14, you can attend 15. We won't suggest you to attend all 14, but be reasonable and try to understand which ones will give you the better seats, and do it in a minimal number which is manageable. 14, 15 is not manageable. If you can manage, it is up to you, but whatever is sensible and manageable, pick up those. You might even be able to attend two state government quota seats. We will have to look at how that works depending upon your eligibility. One through MBBS and one through your domicile. Domicile based state quota is already under an issue, so we will have to look at how that pans out. State cannot surrender a seat to an institute. The state cannot surrender a seat to an institute. A state has to allot through a proper counselling only. Very few states have this hybrid model. You go to the institute, etc. That too should be stopped. You can take it up with the Supreme Court in case you want to stop that wrongdoings in the later rounds. Process of counselling. We look at the process of counselling. We will quickly look at what happens in All India. What will be the steps in All India? That is what we are going to look at. In All India counselling, which seats are there? 50% of government institute seats are there under All India counselling, and DNB seats. All the private DNB seats are under All India counselling. 50% of government DNB seats are under All India counselling, and deemed university seats are under All India counselling, a management or NRA quota, and also DU, AMU, BHU, IP quota and AFMS is under All India counselling. First, MCC will notify. Usually before the notification saying that this time we are going to start the counselling, the prospectus is notified. The rules of the counselling are notified through an information brochure. Before they do that, usually they put up a notification saying, PWD candidates, you can go and get your disability certificate from these 16 or 17 disability centers. That will give us an idea that they are expecting the counselling to start in another 7 days, 10 days. Usually this is how it happens. Then for NRI, they might put up a notification saying, please send your NRI documents from this date to this date. This usually happens a week or so before the counselling starts. This usually happens a few days, 2 to 5 days before the counselling starts. But you keep checking. If you are an NRI or a PWD candidate, keep checking when this opens up. After that, usually the counselling notification comes. This year for MBBS, it was a slightly different. The notification came in earlier. So you will have to look at MCC portal on a daily basis, possibly starting from August end or August 3rd week. Definitely not before that. the counseling will start most likely from September 2nd week or 1 week before. August end onwards, you keep looking at notifications, or you just follow ZyNerd. You will have all the notifications are available with you. Then there is an application and registration process. They will put up an information brochure saying, okay, these are the rules of counseling. This is the security deposit. This is the fee. If you join in round 1, you can move on to round 2. What seats are available? Everything is available. Then they will put up a registration process. For all India, it is a very simple registration process. You already have your NEET admit card or score card by then, correct? Admit card will come in, and after the results, score card will come in. Once you get these, you will have your information. Your roll number is already there. Application number is already there. What you need to do is enter these details, date of birth, mother's name, and just register with basic details like your CRRI, Institute of MBBS, etc. And that is a simple registration. 30 minutes it will take. No documents are required to be uploaded. MCC will consider you to be eligible because every candidate across India is eligible for All India Counselling. Even an OBC NCL certificate or an EWS certificate, SC ST certificate is not required. Only certificate that is required for eligibility is if you are a PWDBD candidate, you will have to get a PWDBD candidate certificate from the 16 disability centers. If you are NRI, all your certificates need to be ready for them to authorize you or validate you as an NRI. Only then you will get these seats. Otherwise, these certificates are not required to be uploaded, but they will be required at the time of admission. When will admission happen? I am registering here. I don't need these certificates. I will get allotted in round 1. Let us say, then I will go into admission. Now, first you do this registration, you upload documents or send across documents or certificates, send through email or certificates you get for PWD. There is no merit list released. What is a merit list? A merit list is a list of candidates who have applied for that counseling. I went ahead and applied for the counseling by paying a registration fee. You will pay a registration fee for MCC. I applied or registered for the counseling. Within that, who is rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, etc. After validating whether this candidate is eligible or not. That is a merit list. Such a merit list is not released for All India Counselling. Basically, how many have applied by paying fee and is ready to fill choices, can fill choices. That list is never released for All India Counselling. So you will get to know who is allotted later based on the All India rank only. Whatever is the overall rank that will come in the results. Out of 2.4 lakh candidates, this candidate was 1.1 lakh rank. That alone will be available in the final allotment. So, merit list is not released, though there will be an AAQ rank list which we will take up later. And directly we go into choice filling after registration. Immediately a day after registration, choice filling will start parallel. So, registration plus choice filling will possibly be around 5 days. You will fill your choices. So, by September mid at least or first week, to be on the safer side, you should be ready with the choices because you will have to fill choices at that timeline. So, you have a 1 month gap after the results to decide on your choices based on your rank and preferences. Then the allotment list is published. Who will publish it? MCC itself in the portal will publish the allotment list. How will it publish the allotment list? Choices have been filled, right? So, it will all know how many seats are there. The seat matrix would have been released by then. Seats are there. So, first rank candidate, rank 1 across India, has filled in MAMC radio diagnosis. If this is his first choice, it will check whether it is available in the seat matrix. If it is available, it will allot this candidate under Gen category if the candidate is Gen, and go ahead and reduce 1 seat from this. Second rank candidate has chosen MAMC dermatology under, and this candidate is a Gen candidate. Then the seat will be allotted and 1 seat will be reduced. Similarly, if some candidate at rank 1000 and so on is an SC candidate and has chosen MAMC surgery, general surgery, this is not available under general category, then the candidate will be allotted an SC seat if available, and that candidate will get this allotment under SC seat. So that kind of allotments process will happen, and each candidate's allotment, rank 1 was allotted this institute, this seat, under this quota, under this category of the seat. That will be available as a PDF, and that allotment list will tell you for your rank. I am 20,935. I will go check what is the allotment for 20,935 and I will be allotted. When will I be allotted? Only from the choices I fill, I will be allotted. Since system itself will not give me other allotments which are not in the choices that I fill. I filled 5 choices. At my rank, if it is available, I will be allotted. If one is available, it will be allotted. Otherwise 2, otherwise 3, otherwise 4, otherwise 5, otherwise no allotment. So within the choices I fill, I will get an allotment, and that is the end of the first round allotment process. I will go get admitted at the allotted institute. At the allotted institute, I will go get admitted. Joining, reporting, admissions. Whenever this is used in All India Counselling, all these three refer to the same. You are going to join, you are going to report, you are going to be admitted. So where do you go? First round is happening. You have just started the first round. You have got an allotment. You will take your allotment letter and all originals, go to the institute physically if you want that seat, and you get join the seat. You submit your originals, you submit the fee required, fill up all the forms, and ensure that in MCC every data is entered and you get the admission letter. That is the end of the joining process. We will do a detailed part on it. Now what has happened? You have joined your round 1 allotted seat. That you have joined. So once you join your round 1 allotted seat, the process of round 1 gets completed. You are admitted in your round 1 allotted seat. You will not start your course. Course you will not start. Course as in you will not go to duties or start your duties or commence your course. That will not happen. Your admission for round 1 has happened, but only after the second round is over, you will join the course. That timeline will be given by MCC. We expect it to be either October mid or November beginning. So we will have to wait for the NMC's notification. So not MCC, NMC's notification on the course commencement date. Now, as of now, what we know, round 1 I will get admitted in All India Counselling, and then I will wait for better options in round 2. How will I wait? Let us say I have given choice number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gave MAMC Pediatrics, but I did not get it. I gave VMMC Pediatrics, I did not get it. I got only ABVIMS Pediatrics. This was allotted in round 1. I went ahead and joined. My seat is confirmed. I want to go for 1, 2. Then I will come back to the next round and fill 1, 2. I have 3 in my hand. I don't need to fill it. I will fill MAMC Pediatrics as choice filling in the first round, in the second round as first choice, and VMMC Pediatrics as a second choice. What am I telling the system? I have ABVMS, but I want to go to VMMC and MAMC in the second round if there are vacancies. Why will there be vacancies? Somebody who took up MAMC is not joining in round 1, that will be vacant for round 2. So the next rounds will happen based on vacancies, especially based on many candidates moving on to better seats in state. This might not happen for MAMC, but it might happen for state, second, third, fourth best institutes, etc., where there will be vacancies because candidates will move to better seats to state. With better seats to state. So for next rounds, fresh seat or upgradation. If I don't get a seat allotment here at all, I will try out in the second round in All India. The same process happens in state. Once All India, similar to All India, we are taking it separately. All India there is a process, state there is a process. How they come in sequence, we will take it up later. But for states, there is a counselling notification that is put up. All India may put up the counselling notification, application and registration will start, and within a few days itself, they will start the choice filling. After the application registration, only one day, next day itself choice filling, they will give you 5 days for this and 5 days overlapping choice filling. Why? No documents need to be submitted, nothing needs to be checked in All India Counselling because everybody is eligible. In state, they will put up a counselling notification and then start an application and registration. They will tell you this is the brochure, prospectus, brochure, bulletin, whatever form it is called. Then they will tell you, you can apply. Who can apply? The eligibility will be clearly prescribed. MBBS from this state, etc., schooling from this state, etc. All these people are eligible for this quota. Other state people might be eligible for private seats in that institute, that state. So all of them would be able to apply or register. After application, most of the states, almost every state has a document upload or a document verification process. Most of them would have a document upload. Some would have a submission at the particular submission or verification at a particular center. You'll have to go to a verification center for Gujarat. You might have to go to for a verification in Karnataka. So it depends on which state it is, you will either upload your documents, they will verify the scanned copies and accept you as being eligible for a particular quotas, or they will ask you to come there with the original documents. They will check the original documents. Here original document checking may not happen, happens at admission. Here original document checking will happen in certain states. They will do that either through the scanned documents or through direct verification. They will check and prepare a merit list. So out of 2.4 lakhs all India who participated in NEET PG, if 1.2 lakh or 1.3 lakhs are eligible, right, out of them in the state of Karnataka, let us say 15,000 candidates apply in the state of Karnataka. They will apply, and within that they will scrutinize and say 12,500 candidates are eligible, rest of them are not eligible for whatever reasons. For Karnataka, they applied for a particular quota, they are not eligible. They applied for NRI, they are not eligible, and this 12,500 will be part of a merit list or a verified list, etc. That 12,500 will participate in the counseling. In some states, this application or registration is only one time. So we should be very clear that I will ensure that first round itself I will apply. After this, the same process, choice filling. Very rarely today states have a physical counseling. Like we said, physical counseling is not allowed. It is not, no offline counseling is accepted by the Supreme Court. Choice filling has to be online, and publishing of allotment list will be done. This allotment list is properly published in most of the states. So you will clearly know if I am ranked 10,000, what rank 1 to 9,999, whoever is eligible in that state from this list, what have they got? Did they get, all of them would have got something better than me. More importantly, what rank 10,001 has got? Did he get a choice that I missed out? I filled this choice, I was not allotted, but 10,001 should not be allotted. That clearly will be coming up in the allotment list. Within a few days, within a few hours of All India, usually within half a day or so, we will be publishing it in ZyNerd, the entire allotments. You will be able to pick and choose. You might have a lot of other websites, cloned websites, which will have historical data, but we update the data till the end of the counseling. So All India, immediately within half a day or maximum one day, we will update the allotments. You will be able to filter out and see. Let us say you are looking at surgery seats in a particular institute, who all got the surgery seats. Instantly you will be able to see, or you can go through the allotment list. It will take a long time, but you can instantly see in ZyNerd, and you will be able to check whether everything is perfect. Admission at the allotted institute, you go to the allotted institute, submit your originals and get admitted. So this is the process. Some changes might be there in terms of submission of certificates, process of admission, etc., based on state and based on whether it is MD, MS, DNB, etc. Those smaller nuances we will take up later. What happens then in the state rounds? I go for the next round. I get, let us say, a college which is let us say Hassan, Government Medical College Hassan in Karnataka, but I want to move to Mysore Medical College or Bangalore Medical College for a particular course. Then I will be able to go on to the next round, because somebody who has got Mysore or Bangalore, if they get a better seat in All India later or don't join, that will become vacant in second round. So from at the end of All India round 1, after admissions, round 2 of All India happens. Similarly, at the end of state round 1, after state, then state round 2s happen. So on, there is round 1, round 2, round 3 and stray rounds in state as well as All India. We will clearly get into what round 1, round 2, round 3 are stray today itself in brief, but we will have very long videos, very detailed videos, not long, but detailed videos on what these rounds are and what these rules are over the next week. We will take you through that one by one. Post that, we will have videos for subscribers exclusively on what is the strategy to adopt and what is the round wise rules. That we will do for every state. We will do that. If you belong to a particular state, every information on what are the rules, that will be available. Now this is clear. All India I am attending separately, multiple rounds I will attend. State I am attending separately, one by one. After admission I will attend. What if I want to attend All India and states? I am interested in All India. I am also looking for Uttar Pradesh as a state. What will happen? When does this happen? When does this happen? So that brings us to the next part, which is the sequence of counselings. This we will take you in brief only today, because we have a longer session on this, detailed session on this, but we will take you in detail. When we say counselings are in sequence, we say always counselings are in sequence, basically, which means All India round 1 will happen first, then state round 1 will happen, then All India round 2 will happen, then state round 2 will happen, then All India round 3 will happen, then state round 3 will happen. This will be the sequence of counseling. Then the stray rounds, All India stray and state stray. This will be the sequence of counseling. NMC in discussion with MCC or DGHS will float an All India versus state timeline. So basically, which will tell this is the date when All India round 1 will start, this is the date when state round 1 will start, this is the date when All India round 1 will end with the admission, this is the date when state round 1 will end with admission. So what are they actually telling us? They are telling us this is the date when All India will start and this is the date when All India round 1 will end. And for the next round, this is the date when choice filling or registration will start and end. For every round, they will give us a timeline for All India and states. How will that timeline be? Like we mentioned, it will be in sequence. Round 1 of All India first and round 1 of all state next. What does that mean? It does not mean the registration of All India of a state. A state is starting registration, but it should start registration only after All India starts registration. Does not mean that. State can start registration even after results. Immediately after results, Pondicherry, Tamil Nadu may start registration. They usually do it later. State can start registration even after All India registration starts. Maharashtra usually does that. Does not matter. When we say it is in sequence, it clearly means first All India round 1 results will be published. Before that, no state is supposed to publish the results. Karnataka does it wrong every time. Even for MBBS this year, they published it earlier. Other than that, most states won't publish. Why? Every state would want their candidates to know what their All India round 1 seats is and then go ahead and ask them to fill choices only for better seats. That is how every state works. Karnataka might be an exception. But this is also as per the clear directions of NMC, which has provided the schedule. All India round 1 results will be published first. So I will know my All India results. Every candidate is eligible. So most of them will get a seat. Even if I get a seat, I can participate in state round 1. I have got an allotment. Even if I have been admitted, that timeline is over. Admitted, I got admitted. But still I can participate in state round 1. No state will stop you from participating because you have got admitted here in All India round 1 seat. So I can participate in state round 1. State eligibility rules apply for being eligible, not for participating. Not for participating, holding an All India round 1 seat, for being eligible. If you belong to a particular state and you have done MBBS, some state might allow. Some state may allow with other criteria. So state eligibility rules apply. A seat status is not relevant. All India, you might be eligible, might have taken a seat, allotted, not allotted, allotted and joined, does not matter. Only one time registration in some states. So in some of the states, you will not have a second registration. So please ensure that you register in this round itself. Whenever they call for registration here for state, please do register. Fresh choice filling or free exit rules may vary. Fresh choice filling in the sense, at each of these stages, will I be able to put in new choices, add choices? That varies. Kerala, Karnataka do not allow exactly fresh choice filling in round 2. First round choices in some form are taken. We will go through that rules too. But All India, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra allow fresh choice filling in every round. So depending upon the state, you will have to know whether I can change my round 1 choices in later rounds. All India, you can do that in every round. I suddenly feel that this seat is better than another seat. I have an option to change it in the second round. But some states don't allow in second round. Kerala, Karnataka don't allow. They have a logic to do on how they do it. So you should be careful about that. Free exit rules may vary. In the sense, let us say I pick up a seat in All India round 1. I am allotted a seat. I don't join. I did not join the seat. I might be able to go to All India round 2 without any impact and try out another seat. I would not lose my security deposit or whatever amount I paid to the particular counselling authority. I need to pay a security deposit to tell them that I will take the seat I wish to. Otherwise, you can take back the security deposit with yourself. I will forfeit it. That might not happen in round 1 for many counselling authorities. So you need to know what are the rules for that particular counselling. Next, we move on to All India round 2. when you go into All India round 2, what are the different scenarios you might be in? I might have participated here, I might have participated here, but no seat. That is one scenario. I can participate in All India round 2. Everybody is eligible for All India round 2. Basically, everybody is eligible. I have no seat in All India round 1. I did not get a seat, but I got a seat in state round 1. I joined that seat. Still, MCC would allow you to participate. MCC is the counseling authority for All India. They will allow you to participate. I got a seat in All India round 1. I also have a seat in state round 1. In this scenario, I can still participate in All India round 2 for a better seat. But between these two candidates, these two seats, since my original documents would have been already submitted here if I was admitted, I would have to take my original documents and go to the state institute, if it is a better institute, resigning this seat and joining the state round 1 seat. I will only have either an All India seat or a state seat. I will not be able to carry 2 seats at a time. I might be admitted in 1 seat. All India round 1, I am admitted today. Tomorrow morning, I get a state R1 seat. To join the seat, I will have to resign the seat and go to state R1 seat. I cannot block 2 seats. So at any point in time, I might have 2 allotments, but only 1 admission. Why? Originals need to be taken over here. The state will not accept a letter saying originals are with some other institute. You need to have your originals there. So that ways, by the end of this, you can either have 1 seat admitted or no seat admitted. All those candidates are eligible for All India round 2 and fresh registration. If you missed out registration here, you are eligible and there is fresh choice filling. So after state round 1 results, you will get your All India round 2 results. Who all will consider it as an upgradation? All India round 1, if I got a seat in All India round 1 admitted, I might get a better seat in All India round 2. Some candidates who have got a state round 1 seat at that point in time might also get better seats. Not an upgradation as such, but movement to a better seat. So better seat in All India round 2. So they can resign their existing seat and move on to All India round 2 or get relieved from their existing seat and move on to All India round 2. This is possible. Now state round 2. After All India round 2 results, state round 2 results will come in. Who is eligible for All India state round 2 results? Even if I hold a All India round 2 seat, I am eligible for state round 2. State R1 exited candidates, I am allotted and I did not join or resigned. Some states won't allow them for state round 2. We will get into those rules. So state round 2 eligibility depends upon state round 1 rules. But even if you have joined All India round 2 seat holding a seat, you are eligible for state round 2. Some states even don't allow that. For instance, last year Karnataka had a problem with All India round 2 joined candidates being allotted in state round 2. That is possibly the only state where there is a difference in rule in the state. Otherwise, most of the states, we will do it state wise. A round 2 join can participate in state round 2. State round 1 join can also participate in state round 2. So what you could have done is, from this you could have moved to a better seat in state round 1. After getting a seat here, you could have moved to a better seat in state round 1. After getting a seat in state round 1, you could have moved to a better seat in All India round 2. Then you could have moved to a better seat in state round 2. You're not holding 4 seats. You're holding the last seat because throughout you would resign and get your certificates and only hold this seat. The best possible seat at this stage. That is possible if you have a state option. What will happen to this seat? In case you have resigned it, it will come on to All India round 3. Everybody is eligible for All India round 3. So they will get their seats. No issue. Correct merit based movement will happen. Basically, whoever is higher in merit by this stage will get the best seat, except for in Karnataka, where because they don't follow the proper rules, their candidates might have a problem. Karnataka, nobody takes it up with in the court, so no, there is a problem there. Even the courts are not properly directing them to approach the counselling in a very, very proper way, structured way, like every other state across India. So that, unless it is taken up, Karnataka candidates will have a loss of seats. As far as state round 2 seats are concerned, they will have to risk letting go of All India round 2 seats. Now rest of it after this also follows a clear process. I am here at state round 2. Can I still move on to All India round 3 for a better seat? MCC says yes. All India round 2 joined are eligible for state, All India round 2 joined are eligible for All India round 3. They can move on to a better seat. Or state round 2 joined are also eligible for All India round 3. So you can move on to a far better seat in All India round 3. Only thing is, here state round 2 candidates, joint candidates Some states don't allow them to resign at this stage. They will ask for huge penalty. If that is the case, you should decide, I might get a better seat in All India round 3. I should not get locked in state round 2 in those states alone. Many states allow them to move because that will result in movement, and their state candidates would get vacancies in state round 3. So usually what happens is, this movement from All India round 1 to state round 1 to All India round 2, then to state round 2, until this stage one can keep upgrading in most of the states. Some states where there is a problem, we'll do it in the info guide. And till this particular scenario, you can join the best seat, keep joining the best seat. Here you stop. Once you join All India round 3, you cannot resign. That will be your final seat out of the entire counselling process. You cannot resign. You cannot move on to a better seat in state round 3. You cannot go on to further All India rounds. This round happens, this round happens, this round happens. No, you cannot. You will end up your entire counselling process at All India round 3. Beyond this, you don't have an option to go to state round 3. Otherwise, these seats will be vacant and it will go on perennially. So this is the end point as per orders or new guidelines provided by the MCC. Who will go into state round 3 therefore? Anybody who is going to state round 2 seats, some states allow them to go to state round 3. All India round 3 joined or not eligible. State round 2 joined, whether they are eligible. Whether I can move like this, state round 1 to state round 2, state round 2 to round 3, can I move to a better seat? It depends upon the state. Karnataka does not allow. Again we are taking the example of Karnataka because that is one strange rule. If you have a pre or paraclinical seat, they allow you to go to clinical seats. Otherwise, if you have a lower end clinical seat, even if a better seat is available on merit, they don't allow, following a completely different process. But some states, most of the states allow state round 2 to state round 3 upgradation, exactly like MCC. Many of them follow the right process which is defined by MCC, except for 1 or 2 different states where they don't have that policy. So state round 2 to state round 3, depending upon the state, you will have to check whether it is allowed. Most states allow. All India round 3 allotted and did not join are also eligible, but check on your state. Some states might have a problem. Now at this stage, once you join your state round 3, states will have a penalty for resigning post that, or they will not allow you to resign. All these candidates who join state round 3, the list will be shared with MCC and they will remove them from All India state. So anybody who has got an allotment here or joining here, they will no longer be able to go into All India further rounds and most likely further state rounds. So this is possibly an endpoint with some minor variations etc. in each counselling that we will take you through. And who will participate in stray round? Most likely candidates who have not got a seat at all will participate in state All India stray round. One catch here is, if you are allotted here and you don't join, then you are ineligible for further rounds of MCC. You made a mistake, took away somebody's opportunity. If you have done it here, okay, fine, because that seat will come to round 3, somebody would have taken it. Here you make a mistake, that candidate would have gotten a lower preferred seat, ended his counselling, his or her counselling. You did not give the candidate an opportunity, therefore you are also penalized by being out of the counselling. So here, if you are allotted and you don't join, you don't have an All India seat from this year. So be very careful, not to say that you can do whatever here, you will lose your security deposit and all. It is not right from your end to do give a wrong choice, but here you will be out of the counselling. Biggest penalty lies over here. So All India stray round eligibility is participated in All India round 3 and not allotted, they are eligible. Fresh registrations are allowed. If you hold a state seat also, you are not eligible. State further rounds, All India round 3 joined are not eligible. In some states, AA stray allotted. I am allotted in AA stray itself. Did not join or join, does not matter. Then they are not eligible. So these finer things we will take up. But all, if you have not understood much in terms of the counselling process, etc., we will be running complete info guides to clearly tell you what it is. You will have queries still. At each stage, you can call us up saying, at this stage in All India round 2, this is my state. I am attending these many states. I have All India seat in hand. Please tell me the rules. At that point, instead of 100 scenarios, you will have 4 or 5 scenarios. We will explain all the scenarios over call so that you take a very, very clear decision. On why? Because if you have an opportunity, you should move ahead. If you don't have an opportunity, you should be clear that I should fix up myself here. Without thinking that I have an opportunity, I don't join the seat, I will miss out everything. I might miss out everything. So be very clear about the rules. It is not very complicated. Even if you don't understand anything now, it will be easy when you go on, because you will have one or two scenarios for your state. All we need to understand now is I have a possibility of movement between rounds, and irrespective of what anybody says, I will go with somebody who is an expert or will go with the right information. Today, if you go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT, after All India round 2, can I upgrade further? After I join an All India round 2 seat, can I upgrade further? You can just check in ChatGPT. It will say that you cannot upgrade to the mop-up round because it has looked at past information or blogs from Shiksha and other websites. It will say you cannot move further. But you can move from All India round 2 to All India round 3. This rule might change during the counselling. You should be updated of that. So please go with right information, whether you go with the information bulletin, search everything, or try to figure out who has given you, who has right information, and check with them, either a senior or somebody who can translate, or some counselor or somebody like ZyNerd who will give you the right information. Don't miss out. And wherever somebody gives you an information saying that All India round 2 to All India round 3 you can upgrade, you ask them, what is the GO? Give me the clause where it is mentioned, and don't believe unless there is a GO or a clause which is given or actual information that is given. Throughout the counselling, if you follow this, you will not miss out anything. Not a complicated thing, but there is a lot of misinformation. So be very clear about it. Now we will come to the next part. I have done everything. I know the process of counselling is everything. Now I have to fill the choices. That is the final thing that I need to do, right? What am I going to do? I have to fill choices. For that, I need to do the evaluation of seats. First thing we'll do is, ZyNerd is not a website which will give you 100% evaluation of seats. ZyNerd will give you a very good base to start with. Evaluation of seats, we always suggest the candidate does it. We have a lot of queries now too. Thanks for all the support in terms of subscription. We have a lot of queries. We did not expect this much of deep subscriptions within a short time frame. Better than last year, far better than last year. So we have a lot of candidates who call us up and ask, will you do the choice filling for us? I will give everything to you. Please do the choice filling for us. Not the right approach at all that we suggest. We wouldn't take it up to. Not the right approach at all, because we can give you a list of choices like many people. In ZyNerd, you won't find that there is a list of choices available. You can fill it like this, etc. We would always say this is a preference order that is available. You can pull out a preference order, note it down, but please do your evaluation. Expertise lies within you, because you know your factors, you know what you are looking for, you know your preferences. Don't give it to somebody else. And if you are looking at further information, it is always better that you evaluate. You start evaluating by calling up one or two candidates, trying to get resources. We also know of candidates who do evaluation. How do they do evaluation? If I am having 20 different institutes in my bucket, I can get MS General Surgery in these 20 different institutes. Okay? They travel to all the 20 different institutes. Plan out this state I am traveling for these 3 days, this state for these 3 days, and then 4 or 5 states. I plan travel, go to all the 20 institutes, because that is going to be your home for the next 3 years. This is something that we suggest, but not everyone can do it. Obviously, it is very difficult. Planning these 20 institutes, which ones will be highly likely, that ZyNerd will help you. This is what has happened over the years. At least on your possibility 25 are there this year, 22 to 23 you will be able to make up with ZyNerd. So that ways you can start looking at a short set of institutes and then start researching about them, rather than going blindly without knowing which institute I'll get, etc. based on past history. Now this part we will always suggest you do. So that is what we are going to look at now. How do I do the evaluation? It is very difficult. It is not to say that it is very easy. If somebody gives it to you on a platter, it is good. Unfortunately, today that does not exist. Even if it is an external counselor, if it is websites which rank everything, all of them do it based on either already existing closing rank preferences, which is in ZyNerd itself. They pick up from ZyNerd, or they get it out of a website, YouTube, Google, ChatGPT, and give you some information. But always better to do it yourself by looking at this information. Going with someone else's suggestions, think twice. Very, very clearly, think twice. Start from possibilities range and much beyond. So if your possibility rate is, if your rank is 10,000, start from a range of possibilities. What closed above 8,000 last year? What was available for ranks 8,000 and above? For my category quota in my state, in all India counselling or any counselling that I wish to attend. And then go on till 14,000, 15,000 and select a list of 50 to 100 seats that you are interested in. Among that, start evaluating. That is the first step that you need to do once your results are out. Without results, will I be able to get marks versus ranks? Very difficult this year. You will have 10, 15 YouTube videos which are telling you this will be the rank for this year, but we have time and again every year we have seen that will not correlate. One of them will be right because one of them got it lucky. There is no proper sampling, there is no proper evaluation method done, proper random sample which is done, and they don't have enough samples to give a proper confidence level or confidence interval to give you that this is the rank range. So most of them won't have it. They will give polls, there will be polls, etc. You will see that the polls will also fail. Most of the polls will fail. One or two will be right because randomly they got it right. So start when your ranks are out. Till then you can look at an estimated rank. Okay, last year it was like this year it was slightly easy, so I'm putting in another 30-40 marks and then saying that this will be my rank, or I am pushing it up by 5,000 ranks, etc. So that you need to look at. Fitment versus trends. Look at a balance. Everybody picks up radio diagnosis seats at the top. Some people pick up general medicine, some people used to pick up dermatology, now it might have changed. Does not matter. That is a trend. The trend might not indicate what your preference is. You might prefer a different course. More than preferring a different course, the course might require certain aspects like working long hours or shorter duration of working, but working in different hospitals, working late night but shorter duration or longer duration, etc. Or a certain skill like surgical skills. Which ones would fit me? And what kind of a career do I want? Versus usual trends. I will always put radio first, medicine second, etc. Versus usual trends. Please look at it. The trends too change over the years. We have seen some specialties which were at the top 4 years back, now not being at the top. So trends also change. Balance it out. It is difficult to stop if you are getting a particular good specialty and you have another preference which is a lower preferred specialty by others. It is difficult to balance, but balance it out. Also look at your fitment is all that we are requesting or suggesting. Re-evaluate all social media feedback or aspirants feedback. What is social media feedback? In social media, Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, forums, channels, your all your coaching center channels, forums, etc. YouTube videos, everybody gives their feedback on a particular specialty, whether AI will impact it, AI will not impact it, whether the specialty people are actually getting money, they are doing good in urban areas, not doing good in rural areas. They are I know a friend of mine who took up this specialty, not earning anything at all, somebody who's earning extremely good. All of these feedback will be there. We have noticed again and again, you will see it in our Telegram groups. Join our Telegram groups. Once results are out, people will ask whether it is good to take radio diagnosis. Immediately somebody will say AI will kill radio diagnosis. People continue to take radio diagnosis. You miss out because of that feedback. Then you have not evaluated AI yourself, but somebody in the group has ensured that you don't pick up radio diagnosis. It is likely that this person might pick up your seat and go ahead with the seat. So please look at social media feedback. There are many people who give genuine feedback, proper feedback about institutes. But there is also that particular set of candidates who are your competitors who might give negative feedback. If you are looking at feedback in Telegram groups or social media anywhere, that is not the right option. Where do you need to look at feedback? With seniors, PGs, faculty, actually people practicing that specialty. You ask somebody MD versus DNB, there will be a usual response, but there will be a lot of people who you also say take DNB after making the right choice because they know that those institutes are excellent and they have made excellent careers. Should I take DNB? Between two seats, you have to evaluate and do a proper evaluation on that institute, on that seat. So all we are saying is don't go with social media feedback with somebody who's under a fake name who will give you feedback. DNB orthopedics, we gave this example. DNB orthopedics passing rate is very low. is used to stop people from taking DNB orthopedics. Not saying that it is high, very high. But a 2021 or 19 statistic, 1 year statistics is used every year to say, please don't take this. And that is a concerted effort by certain set of candidates who want this seat. So this you will see again and again. But what you need to do is look at DNB orthopedics passing rates in multiple years. And you also need to do, I am going to take only these 5 institutes. I go and check in these institutes what the DNB orthopedics passing rate is. Not look at some statistics which is 30% overall. That might include MDMS candidates who wrote DNB orthopedics because they are eligible. They all might not have passed. So you don't look at broad numbers. I am looking at 5 institutes. Obviously, you can go there and check with the senior if it is possible, at least in 3-4 institutes, or go there or call up some senior through references and check with them what is the passing rate. They might tell you everybody passes every year in this particular institute, so don't miss that out. Faculty and academics is brilliant. This 30% is useless. Then if you had gone with this 30%, these 2 good institutes for orthopedics you would have missed. So don't go with such information which is usually shared on social media. Pick up your list of institutes 50 to 100 and then evaluate them independently. Difficult, but please avoid misinformation. Toxicity, bonds, language region related concerns, past saturation of specialties, DNB equivalence, permitted versus recognized. All these are terms used to pass on misinformation. Like this institute, there is huge toxicity. For you, toxicity might mean harassment in some form, in terms of birds or in terms of physical harassment. That might be toxicity for you. When you call up somebody or when you talk to somebody, somebody might tell you, this place is very, very toxic. For that person, working long hours might be toxic. Working long hours is good? Not at all. You should not work long hours. It should be regulated, right? Many candidates find it very difficult. For you, if it is not an issue, just by hearing the word toxicity, you might be able to manage it. Or some people we have heard very rarely, I love working long hours, it is fine because I learn. If you are that kind of a person, just by hearing the word toxic, if you understand that it is kind of harassment and leave out the seat, it is difficult. It is not right. So irrespective of the toxicity, it should not be there, but check what it is. And also we have had candidates, they would check with one senior in an institute, which is very toxic is what the senior would tell. The second senior in the same institute would say it is not toxic, because their understanding of toxicity or their evaluation of what toxicity is might different. They might not go to this institute ultimately because one of them said it is toxic and end up getting into an unevaluated institute, something that they did not evaluate. That might end up being higher levels of toxicity than this. So please ensure that you get as much information as possible when you do your institute evaluation. Similarly, this other state candidates are not at all welcome in this particular college. It is difficult to pick up the language. It is not even Kannada, it is Tulu or some other language. Kannada we might be able to pick up, but Tulu or some other language, it is very difficult to converse. They don't understand English. So within 6 months, you ask a senior from your state, they will tell you, I picked up the required language to communicate to patients within 6 months, many understand English. If that is the case, you go ahead. If it is actually difficult, you take a call and not go ahead. But talk to a senior who is possibly from your state to understand exactly what somebody like you had gone through in that particular institute. Pass percentages, saturation of specialties are usually used. Whom do you need to check with? After getting a base from ZyNerd or from any other portal, you get a base. These are the 50 to 100 institutes I plan to evaluate. Difficult to reach out. You might be able to reach out to 50% of those institutes. At least that is a very good thing. You reach out through faculty, references, if it is possible, very difficult. PGs or seniors. When we say seniors, second year, third years. PGs, those who have passed out from the institute. Either PGs, seniors, or any kind of reference in that particular institute. Talk to one or more seniors, because 2 of them will have a different perspective, might have a different perspective. Talk to one or more seniors through references. And it is always better to talk to someone. If you are looking at a different region, it is always better to talk to someone from your state. Not that everybody gives a negative feedback to other state candidates, but some might ask your state and tell you that, okay, you are from another state, they would not prefer having you there. You are from another gender, they might not prefer having you there in that department because they have preconceived notions. In that case, it is better to talk to a senior from your state who is there, either in the same department or in a different department, trying to understand the department that you are looking at. So that helps really, because they will be giving you a right picture of what is happening there, rather than adding on their insecurities to, or their definitions to the entire feedback. So talk to one or more seniors. There are candidates who go in there to look at the institute too. If it is possible, you can go in there to look at 5-6 institutes at least, which are higher priority, which are your critical ones, and then take a call to. After round 1-2, you might have time to change your preferences, etc. Rely on facts to the extent possible and not on opinions or perceptions. More than asking how was the caseload, you can ask what is the caseload, how many people come in, do you do different types of cases, what are the range of cases that you do, what times actually, is night shift very difficult? Instead of that, you can ask how many days of night shift do I have in year 1, how many days of night shift would it be in year 2. Those queries specifically, what times would be the night shift, would there be long 36-hour shifts, etc. Those are specific queries which will help you take decisions, and that will be really helpful for you. And factors, what are the factors you wish to look for discussion? If you are talking to a PG, senior, faculty, any of them, you will possibly have 10 minutes of your time, or 5 minutes of their time. It is very valuable for them, as in basically they will not have much of time in their first year, second years. First years will give you very good feedback, but they might not have much time. So utilize that time properly when you are talking to a senior. List down whatever you want, like what is listed down. I am going to ask these questions for this particular specialty that I am interested in that department. Specialty evaluation and prospects. If you want to discuss specialty evaluation, like how is general surgery, somebody has passed out, is a practitioner, you are calling them, how is general surgery as a practice, do I need to do super specialty, did you decide on doing super specialty immediately, or you had some time, how did you take that decision, and what are the prospects of a general surgeon immediately after completing their PG, what are the options for super specialty, and what in rural areas, urban areas, I'm planning to settle down here, what is your opinion on that, what are the different types of cases that you handle in your first few years after completing PG, all that. And prospects in terms of growth, how much is the possible packages that you get in corporate hospitals, government, if you go, what will be the possibilities of growth, all that you can check, how many years you become a consultant, etc. All that you can check. Next, academics or types of cases managed. This is in institutes when you're looking at departments. Caseload, hands-on or chances, usually for surgery, and institutes or beds. Modalities for radio diagnosis or other specialties which require equipments. Feedback on the department and work environment. So this you have to be specific about the feedback. How many units are there? Number of PGs, shift pattern. Faculty and PGs. How are the faculty? How are the PGs? Is it a good work environment? How do they support you? Etc. Number of PGs, shift pattern. Pass percentage without much emphasis on that. Like we said, at the overall level, but you can get the pass percentage as well. Language, time taken to adjust to a new environment, the language, etc. Regional factors are food. Whether that particular place, other than the language, what are the other regional factors like food, like the culture there? Will I be able to fit in? All those factors. Travel or location concerns. Will I be able to reach out to that place quickly? I want to come back to my family at regular intervals. Will the institute allow? Will the HOD allow? Or even if they allow, will I be able to, they give me 2 days off, I shouldn't end up traveling in 1 day because I have a family need. I need to be there with my family. Is it possible? Accommodation. If I'm moving, I'm already married, I'm moving in with my family. Will there be accommodation within the particular institute? Some institutes provide accommodation inside for family. That is safer if you feel. If it is not, will I get better accommodation outside that? Can I go outside and stay? Will the institute allow? What is the accommodation available? What is the rent there? If that is the concern. Service bond posting, majorly. You have a service bond which you will understand from ZyNerd. But how is the posting? That too we will try to get. But how is the posting? Where are you usually posted? When you are posted, what is the salary? All those information that you can get from these references that you have, and that will help you in taking very good decisions. Now we are taking a lot of time here too, because this is a crux that you need to do. Even if somebody has taken a feedback last year, things might have changed. Number of the faculty and PGs might have changed, the academics might have changed. So you can go with last year pass outs feedback, preferably somebody who is there at this stage, or probably go with last year candidates or those who have passed out. So if you go with current set of candidates who are studying their PGs, then it will be better for your feedback. Try to do this. Please don't ignore this. There are even candidates who are planning to give their forms and choices to somebody else. This is the other end where every part of evaluation is also done by you. You will make a right choice. You start with 2-3 candidate evaluations. You will feel very, very good when you are filling your choices. The base is available in ZyNerd. Beyond that, you have to go ahead and do this yourself. Even if you go with our suggestions, we will give you suggestions that we think is right, not a fitment for you. Finally, before we start on the rest of the sessions, this is something that we always insist on. In all the groups, there will be a lot of negativity. There will be a lot of negativity saying this. There will be a discussion that will start tomorrow on domicile also. We expecting that on this people should attend this, orders are not followed. There will be a lot of negativity in state groups on why other state people are coming in, etc. There will be a lot of negativity on basically by spreading misinformation. Some candidates would be allotted seats which they don't join. There will be a lot of bashing on that. All this will happen. But throughout the counseling process, we would suggest you surround yourself with positive people. You can take up any issue if you think that is something not right is happening, and you can raise it up, definitely. But don't fall into the negativity completely saying that the entire process is something which is not right. Because if you are positive and try to do as much as you can in a positive way, you will get the best seat. Surround yourself with positive people. Somebody who's telling you you will not get a better seat, you have got a lower rank, whoever it is, even if it is family, etc., please move away and try to get the best for your rank. If not, there is always the next year where you might get a better seat. Don't need to worry about that. Right now, my rank is this. I'll surround myself with positive people only. Throughout the process, I will have a clear state of mind where somebody will keep me motivated, or I'll have somebody to call who will help me without. We do that during calls, whatever be the scenario, we understand your situation, we do that in calls. But beyond our call time, you always have your family or support or your friends. Please surround yourself with positive people. Throughout, you need to have a clear frame of mind through the next 3 months. And go with rules mentioned by the authority. Don't go with the rule. Authority is mentioning a rule. I don't think that is right because that is not the right way to do it. Please don't go with it. Some rules may not be right, but there might not be any legal provision for you to fight it because it has happened for years, and legality also substantiates the rule. In that case, accepts the rule. In that case, ignore comments, interpretation of rules you ignore. Somebody will say that this is how the rule is interpreted. Ignore that. Actual rule. What is the rule? Within this rule, with this rule in place, how will I get my best seat is the way to work around. Saying that this is a rule that has happened. Okay, this is a percentage that is given to this set of people. Therefore, I am going to, I am very, very angry about it. But that is going to happen. So please take a rule as a rule. That is what we would suggest. If it is not in the right sense, if it is not right and legally not right, you can take it up. Otherwise, accept it and then go ahead. Also, don't go with somebody's interpretation of the rule. If somebody asks you, you call up ZyNerd and say that this is, when we say this is the rule, any of these rules, you call us up and you ask for a GO, data. We will provide you whatever you want to ensure that you are confident that this is the rule. Go with such interpretations. If somebody says that this is a rule, you are not okay with that, ask them, give me proof of that. Don't go with general interpretation of rules. Adhere to what authorities mention. Authorities say that by tomorrow you have to join, but you have a problem because they have given you only 2 days. By within 2 days, they are asking you to join. That is not right at all. I will not go join and fight in court. Please don't do that. Join and then fight. So there will be a lot of candidates who will put up messages in group saying, bank holiday tomorrow, I will not be able to get. How can I join? Let us all fight together. And then 2 days you fight without going to the institute for joining. The candidate who raised would have fought but also gone ahead and joined somehow. So please ensure that you do take up causes, but follow the rules so that you are on the safer side always, and then take up what is right. Next, don't miss a choice that evaluate seats yourself. We have emphasized it enough. Don't miss a choice that you wish to join. Never miss a choice. I am saying first round, I am looking at government seats, but chances are 20%. I will go and take a deemed seat in the second round only. I will not fill the seat. What will happen? in the first round, somebody who is a lower ranker might have taken your deemed seat. Deemed seats or NRI seats especially won't be left, they won't leave their seat because it is a clear decision. So they would have taken up that deemed seat. Lower ranker, because you did not fill up deemed seats in round 1, they would have taken the deemed seat and then they would not leave the seat. You would not get it in round 2. Why did this happen? Because your decisions are made saying that I will decide later. First round, before the first round itself, ensure that all choices are properly listed and don't miss out a choice that you do not wish to join at all. Don't miss out a choice that you wish to join at all. Don't at all. You always enter a choice that you wish to join and then decide that right in the beginning. If you have a choice later that you decide, you can add that in round 2, round 3, but keep it minimal. It is very difficult to have all 100% choices in round 1, but try your level best to decide. Don't fill a choice that you will not join. I won't join this choice, but just like that I will fill those choices. That will create confusion. You have 50 such choices, it will only create confusion. You will be allotted, you don't know whether to join or not. You will be confused because you got a seat in hand. Now what do I do? Clearly decide whether you want to fill a choice. 100% I don't want this choice, don't fill it, is what we would suggest. I don't know, 50% I might join, 50% I might not join. You try your level best to decide it before round 1 itself. That is where evaluation comes in place. If you evaluate properly and try and decide, then you will properly decide. Basically, decide choices well ahead. Your thumb rule should be, in case I don't get any seat, you are deciding on a choice. I am deciding on a seat. Whether I need to go for MD pathology this year in a very good institute. I am getting in a very good institute, BMMC, let us say, or I should try out next year in a particular A for clinicals. The question is, this seat, if I don't get any other seat this year, am I going for the next year or am I taking the seat in this year? That is the primary question. If you are able to answer that right before round 1, you will be able to get these seats pretty much. Otherwise, it might go to a lower ranker. So right before round 1, ensure that a choice between a seat and next year NEET PG is taken. So that is a good approach, better approach. You can also try your strategies, etc. But we would suggest what we have, what we suggested, what we usually suggest based on experience. So that is pretty much from our end. As far as ZyNerd is concerned, we'd give you all the information, complete information available in the portal. To the dot, we will try our level best to get all the rules, regulations for each counseling in detail. All the best to you. We will run up a set of queries now. We might not be able to take much, but we'll run a set of queries. We have already gone beyond the time, I think. So we'll run a quick set of queries. We will come up with multiple sessions later. Join our Telegram group for query responses. So we have a few queries. My mother's sister's son is an NRI. Can I apply for NRI? I studied from Karnataka Medical College. Can I apply for Tamil Nadu State NRI College? Sugar glider, I think. So yes, see, NRI, there is an issue right now. All India NRI, there is a problem. There is a different guideline which is provided. We are yet to see how it pans out for MBBS. Just wait on that part. But as of now, we would suggest that when you are getting sponsored, you check with your sister's son on whether they can get an NRI embassy certificate. The clear direction to all the embassies has been, only if the candidate being sponsored, which is you are a minor, somebody other than your parent can sponsor. So your parents can sponsor you, you can be an NRI, then you are an NRI. Otherwise, a bona fide guardianship certificate is required, and that too only for a minor it is accepted. So there have been candidates who are going for PG who are finding it difficult to get a certificate, because obviously every PG going candidate is a major, is not a minor. They would have crossed 18. So just check with your sister's son, ask them to go to the embassy and then check for a certificate, whether they can get an embassy certificate for NRI. If that is not possible, then possibly you will lose the NRI status for Tamil Nadu, the NRI status for Karnataka, and NRI status for all India. If you get that certificates in some form, then possibly Tamil Nadu and Karnataka might accept, all India might still have its issues. You can apply. By default, till last year, if you are an NRI, Tamil Nadu NRI seats too you can apply, Karnataka NRI seats too you can apply, and all India NRI seats you can apply. Some states like Punjab and Haryana alone have a preference order. They will allot first for Punjab or Haryana candidates, NRI candidates, then they will allot for you. But other states don't have that preference order. They will, but the problem is with the certificates part. Anyone has central EWS and state OBC, he can takes part in central counseling. How, but is he eligible to take part? Call us, sir. Medico 98. Please call us, sir. We would like to understand this. Yeah, we understand why this happens. It is a very, very tricky thing. You belong to a caste category which is not in central OBC NCL list, but you belong to a caste category which is in the state backward class list. We have come across the scenarios where you are eligible for EWS because you fall under general and below the income as an asset criteria, but in state you have an OBC. We have come across this. This is a very peculiar thing. No regulation or no legal clarification is there for this. We will help you out with this based on what your scenario is, exact scenario and the state, etc. and all. We'll help you out on this. There is a query on BSc nursing. We are skipping that. Suppose I get a seat in All India Counselling. We are on NEET PG channel only, right? Suppose I get a seat in All India Counselling, right? No, there's a query on BSc nursing. So suppose I get a seat in Dr. Manasi, seat in All India Counselling. So will Karnataka release documents fast? Yeah, they will release. So right now you don't need to worry about it. If you are getting a seat in All India Counselling, Karnataka does not require submission of documents in round 1. And this year we have to see whether they are going for submission of documents. So Karnataka, what they do is, till last year at least, we will tell you, UG, they have changed it quite a bit, actually. Karnataka, during round 1, you will have to take your documents for verification in Karnataka. You will verify and get back your documents. Documents will be with you, original documents. That is when before round 1 is completed. So when round 1 allotment happens, you can have your original documents with you and go to All India round 1. Where the issue happens is, when you happen to be participating in Karnataka round 2, your originals might be with Karnataka, because before round 2 they will ask you to submit your originals, whether you have a seat or whether you are participating. So in that scenario, round 1 it is not a problem. All India round 1 you will be able to go directly, because all your originals will be with you only. They will verify and give you back the originals, Karnataka. But in round 2, when you are participating in Karnataka, you have submitted your originals. Then you go on to All India round 2. Karnataka round 2 is not yet over. They have just asked your originals. They are yet to release the results. They will release the results. You go back to Karnataka, usually within a day or 2, they will give you back the documents. That is not an issue at all. There will be only, because allotments have not happened, there will be a very minimal, in fact for this, there might not be a deduction at all. They will give back your documents 2 days maximum. 1 day, if you go in the morning, evening itself they will give. The next day, otherwise they will give you the documents. You will have 5 days to join AAR2, so you should be able to get it in time. Dr. Manas, every year the DNB seats are increasing, especially 6 years courses. The closing ranks will increase. So the number of increase in seats is very, very less, sir. But yeah, the closing ranks will change, especially the DNB 6-year courses that we are talking about. They are not the most preferred courses. Cardiothoracic surgery, at least in terms of cardiothoracic surgery, plastic surgery, and cardiothoracic surgery, pediatric surgery, and neuro. Cardiothoracic and pediatric, lesser preferred. So in that scenario, the closing ranks are moving up. Also due to preference. 6 years, somebody doesn't want to commit right now itself. But there are people who are takers. There might be a deviation if the seats increase. We will have to look at the seat increase. We might give information on that as soon as possible. Karnataka second round rules, we will do a separate session on that, sir. We might not be able to explain that. Each second round rule itself is a 10-15 minute thing in Karnataka, because it depends upon the choice you have taken, and what second round to third round is also a big difference compared to other institutes. Is there any change in Karnataka second round as previous year problem? Yeah, Karnataka second round rule has existed for a long time. It is not that they have there is an issue right now. They are not ready to accommodate the changes that the rest of the states and All India, MCC, even Supreme Court suggestion on giving upgradation. That itself they are not ready to take. That is the problem with Karnataka. Nobody has taken it up. That is a bigger problem. Last year candidates took it up, but unfortunately it was delayed and the High Court gave an order. If it goes to the Supreme Court, possibly there will be a change. And betterment for Karnataka candidates. I live in Delhi, schooling in Delhi, but my UG is from Uttarakhand, eligible for Delhi state. See, note that Delhi state has IP quota, DU quota. Both for a Delhi institute might come under IP quota, DU quota, MCC counselling. Chacha Nehru pediatrics, 2 seats alone come under IP quota, but under GG IPU counselling. All these are only for respective MBBS. IP quota for MBBS from Delhi, DU quota for MBBS from Delhi, Chacha Nehru also MBBS from Delhi. So in that scenario, if you are a domicile but you have done in Uttarakhand, you will be eligible only for Uttarakhand quota. Where can you get Delhi seats? Only under All India quota. All the institutes, DUIP, whatever institutes, they will contribute 50% to All India quota. Those seats everybody is eligible for. These only MBBS are eligible. Any changes for this year, you will have to keep looking, but otherwise might not be eligible, sir. That is for Dr. Deepak Lakpal. Dr. Saket Poder, I am a domicile from Rajasthan, did MBBS from, so domicile from Rajasthan, Karnataka, deemed MBBS. Eligible for Karnataka as of now? As of now means you will be eligible for the government seats. But since you are a domicile of Rajasthan, you won't get a category certificate in Karnataka, so you will be eligible only for GM seats. So if you go to ZyNerd, you will check under Karnataka state quota, under Karnataka state counselling, and you will pick up government seats or GM seats. That is what you will be eligible for. Domicile of Rajasthan, Rajasthan only has a Rajasthan MBBS or Rajasthan in-service candidates, wherever they have done their MBBS or domicile, who has government service. If you are not an in-service candidate, you anyways have not done MBBS from Rajasthan, you will not be eligible for Rajasthan state quota. This is the rule as of now. Any change? Again, we will have to wait. Yeah, 2023, Dr. Sumant Chandramouli, 2023, if you have taken a caste and income certificate, this is for 2A, 2B, 3A, etc. I think. So if you belong to those categories, if you have got a caste and income certificate of Karnataka dated on 2023, caste is always valid, no timeline. Income is valid for 5 years. Till 2028, income certificate is also valid. You can use that for Karnataka State Counselling. No need to get a new certificate. Will Supreme Court domicile rule affect CMC 20% quota of TN native Christians? Mr. Sandeep Maria Roshan, Dr. Sandeep Maria Roshan L. Maria. Okay. So will Supreme Court domicile rule affect CMC 20%? If at all there is an issue with the domicile rule in any state, including Tamil Nadu, everybody who is TN native will be impacted. But the CMC 20% quota for TN native Christians is a small part. Even the other, any TN native who's a non-MBBS will be impacted. So how that is going to pan out, we are not sure. Who will get that CMC 20%? We are not sure. In that case, it will be limited to TN MBBS Christian candidates. Who are TN natives, we are not sure. So it's a very tricky thing. We don't think government will do anything on this unless somebody takes it up. So as of now, I don't think anything needs to be discussed on it, because there's a specific quotas like this which are specific to domicile. We will not be sure till any action is taken, and some of these are also based on CMC 20% native Christians quota is based on another Supreme Court order. How that pans out or how that will be modified, there will be huge confusion if that happens. We don't have an answer basically. If nativity goes, then everything goes is what it would be. Emergency medicine and respiration probable cutoff. So probable cutoff, you will have to look at ZyNerd, sir. We might not be able to directly take you through this, or you can look at last year's closing ranks and get the probable cutoff. It will also depends upon your quota and category. Maharashtra, it would be only one quota, government quota, but whether you're looking at all India quota, you're asking, right? Maharashtra in all India quota. Just look at the category and look at ZyNerd, you will get the details. So basically you go to ZyNerd and look at the information, you will get the details. We will possibly conduct a separate demo on that. In that demo, we'll be running it tomorrow, I think. So in that demo, we'll try to get this emergency and respiratory medicine as a quota as well. Fine. So that will give you that information. Thanks a lot for watching. If there are any other queries, please do mail us, please do call us. We'll give you all the information that is required. Thanks a lot for watching. Do join us on Telegram. All your queries will be answered on Telegram till the start of the counseling process. We'll try our level best to answer it at the earliest. We'll also try our level best to give you as much information as possible before the counseling starts. If you are a subscriber, please call us. Calling is the best option. You'll get your answers immediately, crisply, immediately, in detail, and comprehensively as well. Whatever information is required. If we don't know the answers, we will get you the answers somehow. We'll try our level best to get the answers through any form in terms of connecting with candidates or authorities, etc. We'll try our level best. Thanks a lot for watching.